This tutorial will teach us how to incorporate the user poll in our website. First thing we want to do is go to our site and add /administrator to the end of it, and we'll log in with our admin username and our password that we established. Once we get logged in, we're going to take the mouse, we're going to hover over components, we'll scroll down to ACE polls and click on polls. You'll see that we have a sample poll up, and we're going to check it and we're going to click the delete button at the top to get rid of it. Next up, we're going to click on new, and now we can title our poll whatever we want. For this example, I'm going to use which mathematician was cooler. Alright, we'll leave the alias blank. The lag is the number of hours between each time they can vote. And for the start date, it'll start on the day that you make it, but you can change it. And on the end date, you want to make it at least a week away from it. Some people do a month, 2 months, 3 months. You could do the whole year. You could skip forward multiple years to make it a year-long poll. Whatever you want to do. Next piece, we have the options at the bottom, so we'll put in our mathematicians for the students to vote on. And we also have the option to add more options or remove options from it. So I'm going to click the plus button to add another one, and I'm going to add my third one in Pascal. We can also change the color of the votes, so you can click it and click any color on the color palettes. It's good to use colors that contrast very well, such as red, blue, and green, but you can choose pretty much whatever you want. Next up, I would set only registered users can vote to yes if you want to keep this a private poll. You can have 1 vote per user. 1 vote for IP I would turn off, because if students are accessing it from a computer lab in your school, you could run into the problems. Leave the others as they are. Click Save and Close when finished. And now we'll see that our poll has an ID, right down on the far right. For us, we have 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to click in the upper right to view our site, and we're going to log in to see what our poll looks like. Now you'll notice, once we log in, the poll has actually gone missing. The reason being, the poll's ID has not been set to number 4, or whatever number you have on your poll manager. So we're going to click on Extensions and go to Module Manager, and we're going to go to our poll. We're actually going to assign the poll ID, which we copied from there, and we're going to put it in on the right hand side where it says Poll ID. Alright, so we're going to highlight that. We're going to change it to 4, because our poll ID was 4. If yours is different, put in the appropriate number. Click Save and Close when finished. Now we can go back to the site, and we can click on Home to refresh the page, and you'll notice now that the poll showed up. Now we have our 3 options. We can click either one, any of them. I'm going to click on Newton and click Vote. I'll get brought to the poll, and you'll now notice that 100% of the votes are for Newton. Alright, you can change this poll ID as many times as you want for different polls. Just make a new one and add the ID into the module manager where it belongs. Alright, one more option that we can do is go to our polls and we can clear the votes from it. For example, if we had a bunch of students who voted, or we want to use this next year, we can check it and click Reset Votes at the top, and it should wipe the number of votes to 0. Since that lag setting was set to 24 hours, I cannot vote again until 24 hours pass on the site's timer. So if I try to vote right now, I will find that I get an error. You can change the hour numbers as often as you want. This is because of the 24-hour lag feature that we have enabled in the module manager. This concludes part 6 of the Teach the Website tutorial.